Live outside of McDonald's, where there are protesters who have gathered protesting McDonald's new promotion of bacon items. This protest has been organized by Direct Action Everywhere, and apparently there are several of these protests happening at various McDonald's throughout the Southern California area. We invite McDonald's on any time to respond to these protesters. Some of them are heading into the McDonald's, so we're just going to follow them. We were told that there was going to be a protest here. We really don't know what to expect, but we're following this individual who is leading the protest against McDonald's for its promotion of bacon. Some of the protesters point out that bacon is a processed meat, and processed meat, according to the World Health Organization, has been determined to be carcinogenic. We invite McDonald's on any time to respond to these protests. They say animals are individuals, and they have various signs. This is a small protest, but there are apparently other similar protests happening at McDonald's around Southern California. So what are you doing here right now?
So we are here to speak out against Bacon Hour, because what McDonald's is doing is celebrating the promotion of bacon, because they have a few new menu items. And as we know, pigs are tortured immensely to create a product which is also carcinogenic. It's labeled as a level 1 carcinogen, which means it's in the same category as cigarettes. And it's linked to a variety of health issues.
And which group do you represent?
DXC Los Angeles.
That's Direct Action Everywhere, which is an organization based out of Berkeley. So we're just here observing what these protesters are doing, and we invite McDonald's on any time to respond to anything that has been said by the protesters here. We see that there's some security guards and some these police officers. We're media. I'm media.
Do you guys have a representative?
This is Santa Monica Police.
We're just like a group of friends that are here.
The manager is asking you to step outside. That's all. You're interfering with their business, and you don't have a right to interfere with their business.
No problem.
So if you guys could just step outside, that'd be fine.
No
you definitely can't be in here with a bullhorn.
I'm not going to use that inside.
Okay.
For sure.
So
okay, thank you.
Guys, we'll wait until you guys step outside.
All right. Fair game.
Okay, 2 Santa Monica police officers here. I guess they were called. Now there's 3 police officers here called by McDonald's and told to exit the building. They have exited the McDonald's now. So police are on the scene of this protest. Again, similar protests are happening at McDonald's around Southern California, and we are covering one of them. We don't know if...
You guys can be out here in public all you want, but you can't go in there with your signs, cause a disturbance. It's just not allowed, you know? Okay. So if you guys don't mind just on the sidewalk, then
Santa
we'll
Monica
leave.
Police. So McDonald's called you, sir?
Of course. Ma'am, can you just wait on the sidewalk?
Okay, well,
over there?
I'm just asking you a question. I'm media.
I understand, ma'am, but just wait on the sidewalk. You guys are more than free to stand over there.
All right, we are here live outside McDonald's, and a protest is in progress. Direct Action Everywhere's Los Angeles chapter, led by Brittany Michelson. She is the woman speaking. We have others who are holding up signs saying animals are individuals, and here in Spanish, salva 100 animales el año, se vegano. That means save 100 animals a year, go vegan. And there's...
All right, so we're out here to speak up for the innocent pigs who are subjected to misery and torture to become a product called bacon that McDonald's is promoting during this free bacon hour. We know the reality of what happens to these pigs who are raised in the food industry. They are raised in dark, windowless sheds, in confinement. They are living in their own filth, and then they die a brutal death to end up on menu items that are carcinogenic. Bacon is a level 1 carcinogen, which is in the same category as cigarettes. So giving children bacon is like handing them cigarettes. It has been declared a level 1 carcinogen. Bacon is also tied to numerous health conditions and diseases, heart disease, diabetes, and various cancers. Our primary focus out here today is to speak up for animals, human health, and the environment. Animals are suffering right this moment as we are going about our day, as people are with their families and friends. Pigs are living in misery. Pigs are no different than the dogs and the cats that we love and value as members of our families. All animals have the ability to feel pain, joy, fear, and other emotions. In our society, we value dogs and cats, but we consider animals like pigs, chickens, and cows to be nothing more than commodities, nothing more than menu items. But the truth is, these are sentient individuals who wanted to live. All they want is to live the same desire that any sentient individual has. These animals are not products, they are individuals. We as a society have a responsibility to stand up against the abuse of the most innocent and vulnerable beings on the planet, the animals who desperately need us to speak up for them. There is a plant-based alternative for every single animal product on the market. It's 2019. This is considered the year of veganism. It is time for us to stop using animals for food and other reasons. Other animals are here with us. They're not here for us. We need to rise above the societal conditioning of using animals for food. There is no reason in 2019 that people need to be eating animals. It's terrible for health, the environment, and the animals who are subjected to such misery. So we're out here today in front of McDonald's, the largest fast food chain in the world, to speak out for the innocent animals who right now are living in filth and confinement. Mother pigs are trapped in farrowing crates. Their babies have to nurse through metal bars. They cannot feel the warmth of their own mothers. They cannot feel her comfort because they are trying to nurse through farrowing crates. Pregnant female cows, pregnant female pigs are confined in gestation crates. Gestation crates are so small that these female pigs can't turn around. They can't even move. If we call ourselves a nation of animal lovers, we need to stop this atrocity. There is no logical reason why animals should be held, trapped, and confined. We are better than this as a species. We have an obligation to rescue and save these suffering individuals. So McDonald's, the largest fast food chain in the world, can make a change, has the power to make a change and turn its menu plant-based. There's a plant-based alternative for every animal product that's out there. McDonald's Jr., for example, has a new menu item, the Beyond Burger. I think it's something like the Superstar Burger, and it's the Beyond Burger, which is a plant-based patty that vegans and meat eaters love. And Carl's Jr. is selling the Beyond Burger, and it's very popular. It's cruelty-free, and it's flying off the menu. So McDonald's has the power to change its menu. It's time to go plant-based. So we're out here today to protest McDonald's Bacon Hour because it's not food, it's violence. It's not food. Animals love their families. Animals want to be free. Animals deserve to be free.
Just like us.
It's not food.
Just like us.
There is no excuse. Habit is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
Flavor is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
Tradition is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
Money is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
Privilege is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
Their bodies,
Not ours!
their babies,
Not ours!
their families,
Not ours!
their freedom,
Not ours!
their lives.
Not ours!
Animals feel pain.
Just like us!
Animals feel fear.
Just like us!
Animals love their babies.
Just like us!
Animals love their families. Animals want to be free. Animals deserve to be free. It's not food. It's not food. So we're out here today to protest McDonald's Bacon Hour. Bacon comes from incredible cruelty, unbelievable cruelty. It's like the stuff of nightmares, what these pigs are subjected to. Yet they are hidden away from society where people don't know the reality of what is behind these menu items. So we are here to bring truth to the public that these animals who are capable of the same emotions as dogs and cats are subjected to confinement, torture, abuse, and filth,
There's a lot of support here.
living in their own waste. When about 6 months of age, they are brutally killed.
Animals have no feelings. Eat them. Eat the cows. Eat the pigs. I was a vegetarian for 1 year. I was a vegetarian for 1 year. Eat the cows. Eat the pigs.
Close your mouth.
Eat the cows.
Close your mouth.
Eat the pigs. Don't eat each other. You have no soul.
That's the
Animals feel
opposition.
pain. Animals feel fear. Animals love their babies. Animals love their families. Their bodies. Their babies. Their families. Their milk.
Not ours!
Their eggs.
Not ours!
Their bodies.
Not ours!
Their lives.
Not ours!
There is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
There is never an excuse.
For animal abuse!
Flavor is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
Habit is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
Tradition is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
Religion is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
There is no excuse.
For animal abuse!
So I understand that there's quite a few of these protests happening in Southern California, and it's because McDonald's is offering new bacon items.
Yeah, and actually, this bacon hour is happening at McDonald's locations all over the place, not just California. And I'm not sure about internationally, but at least in this country, various locations are participating in this because they have a few new items that are bacon inclusive. And so they are promoting the new menu items through giving away free bacon with any purchase for this hour from 4 to 5 p.m. local time at various participating locations.
And you are one of the people who have attended the vigils, the pig vigils, when pigs right here in Los Angeles, in the Los Angeles area near downtown LA, are brought in by the thousands in double-decker trucks to be killed at a slaughterhouse. So when you see those pigs going to their deaths, what runs through you?
Just major sadness and frustration because I want to take them out of those trucks. I want them to go to sanctuaries and live peaceful lives like they should get to live. It just really is upsetting to know that they've traveled for so many hours with no food, no water. They've lived a miserable short life, and they're, maybe 6 months of age. They're then put into a gas chamber or have their throats slit. And so it's very frustrating because I feel like as a society, it's like we need to move beyond this. And so many changes are being made in the direction of a vegan world. But of course, it's like I need to see this in my lifetime. So I'm like, hurry up, let's do it. And so the more people that get active, the better.
You made a reference to bacon being a processed meat. The World Health Organization has determined that processed meat is carcinogenic. Do you feel that corporations in general have a responsibility to start offering healthier items?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, for human health, absolutely. And the environment as well. Like the production of animal products takes so much of our resources. Like it's the amount of water, the amount of fuel, the amount of land, just our resources are being used up by this industry that is destructive to human health, of course the animals themselves and the environment. I mean, animal agriculture is responsible for more greenhouse gas emissions than the entire global transportation system combined.
And that is from the United Nations. That's not from any animal rights organization. That's the United Nations issued a report on it.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, honestly, like, we could heal the world if we had a vegan world. It's so connected to so many issues.
Well, Brittany Michelson with DXCLA, that's Direct Action Everywhere. Thank you for the interview. We invite McDonald's on any time for them to respond. And we have various people who are paying attention to this. We have the protesters here, and then we have other people who are...
There is no human meat. It doesn't exist. Humanly. I mean, what do you mean? You mean being killed humanly?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
How can someone
You're not
humanly?
listening. I know you're being very emotional, and I'm emotional about it too.
I'm not emotional.
But what
I'm just
I'm
rational.
saying is,
What I'm saying is the truth.
Well, I'm not saying it isn't
I mean,
the truth.
if you want to be killed raised in a nice way and then killed at the end, would you like to be killed like you meet a killer and then how can you explain to be killed humanly? There is no way to be killed humanly.
I didn't say killed.
So how is it to be raised humanly? Because at the end they are killed anyway.
Because if animals are pasture raised with their family, it's the quality of their life. Everybody
there is no
isn't.
quality if you are being killed.
So there's a woman who's talking about the humane raising of animals, which is something that the animal agriculture industry has promoted. Do you see humane meat as something that is possible?
No, never. Even the lab-grown meat for me, I'm like, I can't even go there and participate in that.
Well, let's talk about the actual meat now. There's a lady here who's saying, oh, well, if you raise meat humanely.
So a lot of people that say that, they think, I've seen it or they've heard it, but they haven't actually seen it on the front lines like a lot of activists here and worldwide had those conditions that animals are actually in. So in their mind, they want to think, it's the animals raised humanely, and so they're killed humanely. It's okay to consume them. But a matter of fact, the reality is that they're actually in these dark sheds, disease, fallen over, half dead or dead already. Their friends and family members are just falling around them. Again, like blood's coming out. And these are in these humane farms or not humane farms, large factory farms or small. And then also these slaughterhouses too. There's no way to humanely kill anybody. And so going back to the humane treatment, I always ask somebody, so what if you humanely treated your victim a certain way and then you killed them? Do you find that killing humans, is there an actual humane way to kill a human if you did or somebody else did? Do you find that that's true?
So somebody wants to know what you're talking about, and the point is they're saying there's no humane way to kill an animal who didn't have to die.
To kill anybody.
Yeah, and that if somebody said, I'll kill you, but I'll do it humanely, would you say that, that's okay? That's their point.
Most humans do not say there is a humane way to kill another human. But then I ask them, what about an animal? And they kind of go, well, you know, but then right there when I ask them that question, it kind of gets them thinking, oh, okay, you know what? You're right. There is no way to humanely kill anybody, anything. So that gets people thinking when you kind of bring up that to their attention, hey, is there really a humane way to kill an individual, a human? And then let's think about an animal, because they have feelings too, and they do feel fear, and they do feel pain. So yes, there is no way to humanely kill anyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Just like us. Animals want to be free.
Just like us.
Animals deserve to be free.
Just like us.
Their bodies, their babies, their freedom, their lives. It's not food. It's not food.
It's violence.
Save the virgins.
Animals' lives are their right. Animals' lives are their right.
We invite McDonald's on any time to respond to
It's not
anything any of
food.
these protesters have said.
It's not food. Animals don't want to have their throats slit. Animals want to be free. Animals don't want to be in cages. Animals love their families. Animals love their babies, their bodies, their babies, their milk, their eggs, their skin, their fur.
The people who are looking, people driving in,
There
are
is
looking
no excuse.
as they head in. There's the line for people lining up for McDonald's. They're getting some honks of support here, and they're also getting people who are completely ignoring them and going into McDonald's. So, what would you say to people who say, well,
difference at the moment. Vegan is great, and eventually, hopefully, everyone will be vegan.
do you mind if I listen in on your conversation?
When I'm saying I'm a natural food chef, an organic food chef, my contention for the last 20, and I live here. I haven't been to McDonald's since I was like 20 years old in Chicago. I will never eat this poison again. First of all, the consciousness.
What's your point?
My point is that initially, to make the first, there's a step towards everybody becoming vegan, and the first step really is for pasture-raised animal, so that they're with their families. And if
so are you calling for McDonald's to change its operation?
Absolutely. They should have organic. They could change the world. They could feed. People could be eating healthier. I'm looking at the whole picture.
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Would you be willing to go down to the slaughterhouse here in downtown LA and bear witness to the animals, the pigs that are going to be slaughtered?
I've already seen all that.
Well, have you seen it with your own eyes at the slaughterhouse?
No, I don't have to.
Well, people say it's different to go to the actual slaughterhouse and make eye contact with the pigs.
But you know what? I am too sensitive, and I could not go because I saw enough.
Let me ask you a quick question.
I'm not saying
got your
they're
point.
good. I'm not saying what you're doing isn't right.
I'm not doing anything. I'm a journalist.
I'm
I
just saying the way to go about it sometimes is in steps instead of just being emotional. The first step is at least humane animal where it's healthy, so the energy isn't bad.
Can I ask
you
a question? What would you say to her?
Okay, well,
I'm not against
that's okay.
you. I'm on your side,
let me ask
but
you a
I'm
question.
About,
So if you could ask an animal, what's a humane way to kill you? What do you think the animal's response would be?
Well, the animal can't talk.
I know, but they do have emotions, and let's say that they were able to communicate in our language. What do you think a humane?
At all.
Exactly.
That's true.
So there is no humane way to kill someone who doesn't want to die. Plain and simple.
No, I totally agree with you.
Okay.
But I look at things
debate
from a
here
big
outside
picture.
McDonald's.
I don't look at
and
it
so
one
we have the protest going on. Then we have a lady who's jumped in and she's asking questions and making her opinions known.
Smart way to go. I mean, I agree with it. We shouldn't eat meat. But I'm saying, to get people to listen to the conversation in a lot of ways is in steps. not to say that it's okay to kill animals. It's not okay to kill people either. And it doesn't stop people from gunning people down all over LA by the day and everywhere else. But it's like the conversation should be, because people, almost like animals or individuals.
Well, just so you know, we also do outreach. Like, this is a protest, a disruption, but we do outreach. We do all kinds of activism, and we have conversations with people one-on-one all the time. So it's not limited to this style.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
It's kind of like...
I think this is good because it makes people turn their head, maybe stop looking at their stupid iPhones, because people, all they look at is their phone. They don't know what's even going on.
Right.
But I'm just coming from a different place. Not that I'm not coming from your place.
Sure, I
And
understand.
I've eaten vegan, I've cooked for people vegan. It just kind of doesn't go with my old blood type.
Can I ask you a question? Do you think that if you ask McDonald's to let all their pigs be roaming in the grass and stay with their families and what you described frolicking in the grass, do you think McDonald's would do that?
No, of course not.
Okay, so are you asking for something that may be, and I'm just asking the question, is it a fantasy?
No, it's not a fantasy.
Well, they're here at a McDonald's, they're protesting.
Okay, right.
You're saying, well, it would be okay if they were frolicking in the grass.
I don't say frolicking. Well, frolicking is good. Frolicking is good.
But then you also say McDonald's isn't going to do that.
But here's the thing. They are working on these things, because I've actually called them on the corporate level and said you could change the world.
But they just introduced a whole new...
Can I,
yeah, go ahead,
can I
sorry.
finish a
Yeah,
thought?
sure.
So if McDonald's actually bought nothing but organic pasture-raised animal for what they sell here, they could change the world, because they would drive the price down so that there would only be organic and pasture-raised and humane. And it's the first step towards getting closer to veganism. Instead of going from here to here, it's a step in the right direction.
Well,
and I believe that I'm not... That doesn't make you wrong, but it doesn't make me wrong either.
No, I'm just asking a question. If you're creating a scenario that isn't realistic...
No, it is realistic, because corporate, they can afford it. They only care about the real estate. Do you realize that McDonald's isn't about the food?
I'm not interested in attacking McDonald's. I'm trying to understand your concept.
I would attack them.
And I invite McDonald's on any time. But it's like, one of the things that we notice when I cover these protests is that people create these scenarios. Like, well, you shouldn't do this. Instead, and then create a scenario that doesn't exist because...
Well, it does exist. They are working on things like that. And I've called McDonald's on the corporate level. So hear what I'm saying, because I know you're coming from a place where maybe you don't want to hear me either.
I'm asking you.
Okay.
I
call them, and they are actually working towards trying to have cage-free and more organic and whatever. But I'm saying
how long have they been working on that?
I don't spend my whole day thinking about
they've been in
McDonald's.
operation since like the 1960s.
No,
it's now
they've been in operation
2019.
since the 1950s.
Well, what I'm saying is they've been in operation a long time. They're very smart.
People weren't thinking of organic then.
So
they weren't even
you believe that McDonald's is going to go organic and allow their animals to be free range?
That's not what I said. You're changing what I'm saying.
I'm
saying it is possible that if push comes to shove, they could become.
They could offer vegan items.
Well, they could, or that too.
But they're not doing that.
But they could.
But they aren't.
But they should.
I agree with you 100%.
They should definitely have vegan thing. I'm opening my own bakery, and I'm having vegan pizza. I'm having vegan things on the menu.
Good for
I'm
you.
making
Awesome.
vegan chocolate cake, which I used to make for Dr. Broner's, whatever Christmas party, like $400 giant cakes. I make vegan cookies. I'm opening a full bakery, but is it all vegan? No, but am I making things for vegans? I sure as heck am. But I look at this. Maybe I look at this food situation more than you do, but in a different way, and coming from being in the business, not from. But I like the protest. I came out of here as I was about ready to, make something to eat for dinner, because I wanted to see what was going on. When I walk by here to walk like the Whole Foods, I do like this. like they're the devil. So I want you to know.
Well, Whole
that.
Foods is invited on anytime. Well, thank you for stopping and talking.
Absolutely.
You're a good sport. We appreciate it.
It's my
Thank you,
pleasure.
and good luck with your bakery.
Good luck to you.
And it's
Good
a
luck to
natural
you.
progress, too.
It is. It isn't going to happen
where
overnight.
you are and where we are
It's like,
at,
thank
so.
God, people like that I admire, like like Paul McCartney's vegan,
Yes.
and I was in the music business, so I've been vegetarian. I don't eat dairy. I could almost be, but it hasn't.
Thank you so much for your time.
It's very hard
Appreciate it.
to digest.
So here we are. The demonstration continues. We just had a lively conversation with one of the passersby who had a different approach and had a different theory. And so just as we wrap up, let me ask you, what are your reactions to when you hear people say, well, what you should be protesting is to get McDonald's to let all their animals run free?
Well, my take on it is that, as I said to her earlier, there is no humane way to kill someone who doesn't want to die. So this whole idea of humane meat and humane dairy and humane eggs, it's just not our focus. Like, we want to see.
Some people say it's also a fantasy, like that they've gone into so-called humane farms, Direct Action Everywhere, and they've claimed that they've seen terrible atrocities.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, definitely. So on these humane certified farms, labeled like cage-free and free-range, and humane certified, DXE, Direct Action Everywhere investigations have found awful cruelty and miserable conditions on these farms that have those labels. And that's why we're calling out Whole Foods, because Whole Foods has this 5-star animal welfare rating system. But the reality behind this humane certified is very dark and awful, and people need to know the truth.
And so, are you going to continue? What's next for your protest?
Here today?
No, I mean just in general.
Well, we're continuing the Whole Foods campaign because so many well-meaning people go to Whole Foods and they say, that they buy cage-free eggs or they buy the humane meat, but it's about exposing the reality behind those labels. Those are marketing tools. Whole Foods is intelligent enough to know that that's what sells. They're a big corporation, they care about money, and they are, using those labels because they know it appeals to consumers. Like, the majority of people would be against animal abuse if they knew what was going on.
I want to thank you so much, Brittany Michelson, who led today's protest. She's with Direct Action Everywhere Los Angeles, and it's kind of breaking up here. Some people brought their dogs because they wanted to point out that pigs are actually more intelligent than dogs. They have the IQ of a toddler human child. And the protest here at McDonald's is because McDonald's has done some new promotions that encourage the consumption of bacon. And so we invite McDonald's on anytime. We'd love to dialogue with McDonald's. We invite Whole Foods on anytime. We'd love to dialogue with Whole Foods. And I want to thank everybody for commenting, even those who are, celebrating bacon. We completely invite them to come back and check out Jane Unchained anytime. We are a digital news network that covers the issue of animal rights and veganism. And by the way, The Economist said that 2019 is going to be the year veganism goes mainstream. So what these protesters are saying is, as opposed to promoting bacon, take the turn that, for example, Carl's Jr. has taken, and Carl's Jr. is offering the Beyond Meat burger that we actually at Jane Unchained taste tested, and it was very, very good at the Carl's Jr.'s restaurants. And they'd like to see McDonald's go in that direction as opposed to doubling down on processed meat, which the World Health Organization has said is a carcinogenic. Reporting live from Santa Monica outside McDonald's, Jane Velez Mitchell for Jane Unchained.